Isn't too horrid right now, but we're gonna be starting up a No Man's Sky Let's Play. This will be the only video on this channel. Holy shit, this game volume's loud. I have to change that. Can I change that here? No? Okay, that's cool. This will be the only video, only stream rather, of this on this channel. The other stuff will be on a channel I am moving all of my stuff to. I'm gonna keep these old, like 5, 6 year old, however old videos these are on this channel. Keep them there, fucking. It's like a little time capsule, you know. It'll be fun, nice and fun. But I will be moving over to a different channel. I'll link it here. Really, the only reason I am streaming on this channel is for my however many subscribers, even though they probably don't watch the dead channel anymore. If you guys wanted to, if you guys rather not wanted to, but if you guys saw this and were like, hey man, I'm gonna go watch him, he pretty chill, you know what I mean? And for and and for the reason that I was stupid and didn't make my account until like today, and I forgot you have to wait 24 hours to stream. I'm gonna be quiet for just a tad, check the volume and stuff on the stream and see how much I need to adjust it.
Commencing Atlas system suit initialization. Life support systems activated. Geokinetic system.
I would say that's okay. I'd like to hope it's okay. And like, sorry, I'm just waiting for a point in the stream where I'm like talking. Waiting for a point where it was making game audio at the same time, so that I could see how much I need to adjust this stream. And it looks like I'm gonna have to turn the game audio down a tad, but that's about it. So let's do that really quickly. General options. Volume. Sound effects down to 25 seems good. Yep. Alright, so and apparently I've lost connections to online services. That's pretty chill. No Man's Sky. I wouldn't be surprised. It's a popular game. Whatever. Popular for being a complete failure at launch. But, for those who don't know, No Man's Sky Next, that came out, made the game pretty poppin'. You know what I mean? I never want to say that again. Holy shit. Made the game pretty good. Honestly, it's actually really enjoyable. I found it, kind of if you took the game at face value before they made No Man's Sky Next, it had a decent amount of enjoyability. It wasn't what they promised, which kind of sucked. But they did add, they did have a lot of fun aspects that if you were just looking for a good solo survival, wow, I can speak human words. Solo survival game, it was a pretty nice experience. It's not a very widely shared opinion. So shit, that's all I need. Very tough. But yeah, premise of the game. You wake up, you're a space explorer dude. You're like, huh, I wonder what I'm supposed to do with my life, and then you don't know, and then you spend the next, I don't know, I didn't follow the story in my actual playthrough, so but you spend the next however many hours. I think my solo playthrough is up to like 7 million hours or some shit. Oh yeah, it's in the mode. Deal. Fuck. Just doing that kind of stuff. Alright, so what I just did was, I guess I should explain. Keep up with the explanations. What I just did was repair my multi-tool scanner, and then I scan the area. As you can see, it's like, oh, hey, look, there's H and O2 and that right over there. Obviously, those are different atomic symbols for different elements, this being sodium. And you need sodium to charge your... Oh, God, I want to slow my roll real quick. So, you wake up on a planet, you're like, I don't know what's going on, gotta figure stuff out. So you wake up, tells you to repair your scanner, you repair your scanner, you're like, crap, now that I repaired this thing, I need to find sodium so that I don't die, because it charges your hazard protection, like protection from the cold. Okay, cool, wake up, do that. Now I'm doing the go to your spaceship. I need pure ferrite, and this planet has pure ferrite, so therefore don't need pure ferrite. But that is the basically what's going on so far. Having played this game a decent amount, having started like 5 times after the No Man's Sky next update, I kind of know what I'm doing to a point where I can skip a few steps. You know, I made an analysis visor, which you get from finding carbon, which is based in plants, harvesting those plants with your mining laser, and then beep bop boobity bop. You got you have an analysis visor, which you can use to scan fauna or animals, flora and plants, and I said flora and plants, those are the same thing, and minerals, I mean. With that, you'll be able to be like, hey, so this mineral is composed of pure ferrite and salt. Ooh, some good old knackle right there. Oh my god, this planet has so much stuff. Do I need an advanced... I need an advanced mining laser for this. I think it's good. Tetra cobalt is good. Yeah, I don't need this item. So, right now, what I'm doing, as it tells me, making my way to a starship. My crashed starship down there. I make my way to that. I hopefully will be able to repair it with relative ease. And repair it. After I repair it, I'll go off in the stars and we'll progress from there. It's telling me to get some oxygen to recharge my life support. Oxygen can be found commonly through 2 different ways. There's little red bulbed plants that I just got one from. You walk up and press square on them. And also, if there are any nearby, I'll look at it. Is it a hazardous flora? Yes, it is. These guys right here, this hazardous flora. Walk too close to it, it looks like a tentacle. It'll reach out and just slap you. Wow, I'm not doing well for scanning this thing apparently. But if you harvest it, it will give you a little bit of oxygen, about half normally, half to a third of what you can normally get from your little red bulbed oxygen plants, and you can use that to charge your life support, which your hazard protection goes all the way down. Your life support starts to go down slower. If your life support goes all the way down, you got a little shield when you take... In the top left, you have a little shield before you take damage. If your shield goes all the way down, you actually start taking damage. If that goes all the way down, you die. Your life support goes down if you run around, and your life support goes down. So, like, if you're moving, your life support goes down quicker when you're moving without hazard protection, and you just want to keep that charge, keep oxygen on you. Oxygen's not the only way to do it, but most of the time it's the easiest. Alright, and now we need to start repairing things. I'll need pure ferrite, which I should be able to get from here. Guess I can. Alright, so I'm getting pure ferrite to skip some steps. if you guys want to play this game, and you're like, hey man, look at this dude. Fuck all the millions and billions of tutorials online. I'm just gonna watch this guy play through No Man's Sky, see what all's going on, see what's popping. Pure ferrite is something you're gonna need, and there's a tutorial on how to get it in a second that I'm not going to use because I'm just skipping past that because I know what I'm doing. And I was lucky enough to spawn with a fairly common amount of pure ferrite. And once we get to the point that would normally be used, I will explain that fairly quickly. But right now I'm getting some ferrite dust, which is the most common thing to come from these little rocks you can find littered about. They look different on every planet, but most of the time when you walk up to them, you should know if they're ferrite dust, if they're carbon. That's not a tree, that's if they're pure ferrite, if they're carbon. Scanning them, if they have a second element, the question mark thing, scanning them will tell you what that is. Mordite, fuck that. And yeah, considering we're not too deep into it, I'll just not worry about that kind of stuff. Not worry about gathering money and stuff. But crafting is a huge thing now in No Man's Sky Next. You craft items instead of just having, like, it used to be where you just, oh, I have 50 ferrite dust, which was iron, I think, before they made it. It was just iron or something. Oh, I have 50 of this. I'm gonna use this and then put it in my starship, and then bam, it'll all be fixed. Now you have metal plating, which you have to craft from the 50 ferrite. So it doesn't cost anything more. It just is a little extra step. You take the metal plating, you click on the damaged part, you click on this, bada boopy, you're good. Also, scan any creatures you find. Flora is not as important, but creatures you don't have scanned have a little red dot, kind of entitizing around them. Is that a word? No, it is. Oh, bird. Flying creatures are the worst. But yeah, that's how repairing things work now. Oh man, I only have 2 species of creatures left. I'm actually gonna do that. Alright, but it's like partially complete aboard the starship. Okay. Request assessment for your hermetic seal. It'll be like, okay, you need some shit because you're completely incompetent. I'll help you. So, you walk up to this distress beacon. It'll be like, hey, you want to know some stuff? You say, yeah, I'd love to know. And then take the navigational data it offers you. Data or data? Hell if I know. It's both, why not? Okay, metal plating. And what we did before was got enough ferrite dust to craft 2 metal plates. That's why I kept going after I had enough. I don't even remember what I need. Carbon, cool. Grab some more carbon. While you're mining things, you'll see in your top right, your mining beam will slowly fill up. Before it gets all the way filled up, if you let go of the trigger, it will not overheat, which means you can do things just a little bit fast. Do I need carbon nanotubes or just carbon? I thought I thought. And that's just a little nice thing you can do. Now, technology. This is a thing that's completely different from. Wow, that was like over the top. This is a thing that's completely different than in the old. No, I need sodium crap. 1 second. Scratch that thought. Is that seriously the nearest? Oh, never mind. I thought it was like gonna be on top of a mountain. Out in. Ooh. We'll grab that just because I want some extra hydrogen. So you're gonna need to grab your sodium, obviously. Grab that sodium, walk up to it. Sorry, man. Oh wait, never mind, I got it. Wait, why does it say I don't have enough? What the hell? Okay, we're good. Just for creatures. Nope, all the things are the same. So, okay, really hard to talk when you hear yourself talking, like us in delay. I'm a professional fucking streamer, as if. But, technology, completely different than what it used to be. You have different types of technology you can build. You build it, and you can pick it up. You can place it down. There's a bunch more than just I think it used to only be like a save point and a signal booster. Signal boosters work completely differently as well. But whatever. Now signal boosters, let's just focus on that. Is you need to have navigational data. You need to have a navigational data things, an item. You need to have one of those. You walk up to your signal booster, hold square, and it will scan for an area of your liking. During the tutorial, the only type you can scan for is this little, whatever they called it. What was it called? I don't fucking remember. But you look at the decoded coordinates, which is pretty good. Condensed carbon is really good. Pick up those little red crystals if you see them. You don't always need to go for every single one, but it's nice to have the... I don't know what that's it. It's probably... Yep, glitch. But condensed carbon's always nice to have. If you saw earlier, like, oh, I want to recharge my equipment, I need carbon. I don't want to do that because I don't know if I need carbon for anything else because I don't have all the recipes memorized. But, oh man, I need some carbon. I need to recharge my equipment. Condensed carbon, I think, is double the recharge rate. Oh no. Okay, I'm full sending. I think it's double the recharge rate, so let's say you need, I think it's like 200 carbon to fully recharge your mining laser. You'll only need 100 to recharge it with condensed carbon. There's other ways than that crystal to get condensed carbon, but we're not to that point yet. That's not for another little bit of time. So, there are apparently health pods, but they're not at all useful unless some of these have oxygen or something in them, but they aren't. Health pod. And my health is at maximum, so I'm just gonna take my hazard protection and my oxygen. Alrighty. So, storms. Severe storms is something that can happen in this game. I don't know if it's a thing on all planets, but I'm pretty sure most planets have some sort of severe storm, unless they're completely dead. Like, some planets you won't need hazard protection, and I think those are the only ones that don't have storms of some type. But not all planets without hazard protection necessities don't have storms. Some of them you don't need a hazard protection all the time, but when you need storms, or when there are storms and you need it, basically hazard protection just completely shreds through, or storms completely shred through your hazard protection. Like, you're not gonna, if you don't have a decent amount of sodium, you're not gonna survive in a storm. Does this one have anything in it? It's got a chair. Which means if you do not have your sodium, you're not going to live for very long. Alrighty, so long story, if you have a storm, you can hide in caves, which can be made eventually, but you can just find a cave, hide in it, or you can hide in a building, like the ones we just got to. Being in a building will completely recharge your hazard protection, but will not recharge your thermal protection, which is something you have to keep in mind, because your hazard protection might fill up, but you have to remember that if your thermal protection, I think I called it before because I misspoke, but if your life support does not fill up, then that can be just as catastrophic, because even if your hazard protection is maxed out, your thermal protection, your your life support will still cause damage to you if your hazard protection is not all the way up. Which means you're always going to want oxygen, which is good because it's fairly common. Considering there are a lot of plants that also have oxygen, like this tree right here. It has oxygen in it, so if you just... if you're just trying to get some quick oxygen as well as carbon. Yeah, man, I'm so scatterbrained. I'm just collecting a bunch of oxygen just because it's good to have a lot. But, so, some of these trees you see, some of these plants have 2 elements. And like this has 2 elements and all that kind of jazz. So, the second element, first off, you can always collect it even if you don't scan both of them. But you will only collect it once you completely destroy whatever you're mining. So, you can't just like half destroy it. Like, you know, I'm mining this, I still get ferrite dust from it, but I would have to destroy it completely to get the dioxide inside of it. Which means if you want to have that dioxide, that's a really inefficient way of collecting it, just trying to find a other mineral that has it. What's more effective is, like, for example, you know, the mordite there is killing creatures, which is a pain in the ass. So don't don't do that. Don't try and do things where you need a lot of mordite, because that's a regret you'll have. On my actual playthrough, like my solo playthrough, that was a regret because it just takes so long. But like oxygen, obviously you got the plants. Salt, you can find salt deposits. I think dioxide was there. You can find dioxide deposits as well. It's honestly just not worth it to try and go through this second option, unless that's the only way you can get it on the planet and you really need it. Alright, so now, pure ferrite, it's gonna want me to do this whole, like, grab a bunch of stuff. It'll grab a bunch of materials. Basically, it's gonna want me to make wrong button. It's gonna want me to make one of these portable refiners, and what this will do is I place it down, I charge it up, and it'll refine just my normal ferrite dust that I can get from stuff like that into pure ferrite, which I got from a rock similar to that. That pure ferrite will be what's used to repair your launch thrusters, which means you kind of need it. But considering we were lucky enough to start on a planet with pure ferrite rocks, we will not need to worry about that. Alright, so once you discover a system or planet, you can, well, first off, you learn a lot about it, and if you go to your discoveries, not log, you will learn things such as, hey, this has 5 planets and 1 moon. The dominant life form is Gek. I think there can only be 3, one of 3 life forms that dominate a solar system. You'll learn about the economy, which I think, if you really care, can do a bunch of stuff, but at the same time it doesn't matter too much. And you'll learn about the conflict level, which means if you'll be attacked as much and stuff like that. You can upload them for nanite clusters, which we'll get into later, and you can do the same with animals and flora, and eventually, if we decided to go for waypoints, but I don't normally do stuff like that. But you'll get nanite clusters, which are always good. Now, you see it has 6 celestial body. Wait. I don't know if you people prefer me to read this, but I'm going to do not reading this. I'll just leave it on the screen and not talk. Alright, planetary coordinate data.
Navigational data received.
Now we have a source from a source from a signal that it wants us to go to. First we have to go to an unknown planet. While in space, if you scan, let me do it, please. 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 I want to show them the thing. Alright, you can see you hover over the planet, it says unknown, L3 to scan. You'll see different things about the planet, what resources you can find on it in general. Almost all planets have plants, so carbon, sodium, oxygen, that sort of thing. Almost all planets have minerals, so ferrite, dust. I don't think all planets have pure ferrite, but definitely ferrite dust, dihydrogen, and planets. Each planet type, there's a bunch of different planet types. We were just on a frozen planet. Now we're going to a hot planet. And there are different degrees of like, oh, that's a, like, you could have a sub-zero planet, which is colder than like an ice planet. You could have like a super duper hot planet, which is hotter than a hot planet, or something like that. Oh, Sentinels, where is you? And depending on that will depend on how fast your hazard goes down. Now, Sentinel. Hello, Sentinel. Sentinels are these little guys that are like the cops of No Man's Sky and have no reason that I know of to be there because I didn't look into the lore. So, a Sentinel, if you try to mine anything, they will start scanning you and get curious of what you're up to, which leads to them scanning you. You're gonna have to wait until that white circle or that white little tracker symbol goes away before you're able to safely scan things, and even still, you can be affected by what they're doing. Now, what I just discovered was a waypoint. There's gonna be a lot of like explanation in this first stream because it's a lot of tutorial stuff, I'm sorry. But is a waypoint. You can use this to save, and using this to save will, there are two ways to save, either getting out of your starship or doing something like that. Well, three, because eventually you can craft a save point, but that's really, if you just have your starship, you can hop in and hop out, and that works the same way. I'll let you read this real quick. Alrighty then. It looks like we just acquired the blueprint for what is called a terrain manipulator. We need 2 carbon nanotubes and 1 dihydrogen jelly, which is 100 carbon and 40 dihydrogen. The carbon is the thing we need to collect because we already have enough dihydrogen. So, saving, yeah, that's how that works. Sentinels, they become aggressive. If you've ever played Grand Theft Auto, it's the same way, that if you kill the Sentinels, they become more and more aggressive. There are 5 aggression levels. Step 1 is just 1 Sentinel. Step 2 is 2 Sentinels with armor, so you have to break through that unless you're a good shot and can just shoot through their armor. Level 3 is with the little robo-doc thing. That's as far as I get because I don't fuck with Sentinels. So I don't mess with Sentinels at all because they're just it's not terrifying like, oh man, it's super spooky 5me. It's just I really don't feel like going through the motions and having to deal with having to deal with them. Alright, terrain manipulator. So, first you look for copper deposit, which deposits will have When you look at the planet, you see cobalt, phosphorus, and copper. While there are other ways to get these, the deposits are the most efficient and effective ways. So, you look for these deposits, look like that symbol right there, and we're gonna look around real quick. That's good. Look around real quick, see if the closest cobalt deposit is closer than what was there. 371. Closer or farther away than our other one? This one's the closer one. 71, 349. Okay. So those of you who have played No Man's Sky but have not played No Man's Sky Next, this is going to be a little bit different because it'll look familiar, and the terrain manipulator, which had next to no use, you'll be like, oh, why do you need that thing? Terrain manipulator used to be absolutely useless. Was that the one I was going to? No, I was going to that one. Yeah, it literally used to be completely useless. It used to be like, hey, you can dig underground. That's it. That's the space station. Yeah, it is. You can dig underground. That's it. It has no use because there's next to nothing underground. But now the underground's all cool, and the only reason you would go underground before is to find animals. But copper. It used to be, oh, just get my mining laser, huh? I'm gonna get it. Nope. Now you need your terrain manipulator. Which I've put lots of time into this game, and I'm still not sure how I feel about this change. I honestly did really like it before, where it was the same thing for each time. Because that just, it cut back on so much stuff. You just can carry a bunch of carbon with you and you're all good. And now you need carbon, now you need iron, or ferrite rather, and you need ferrite for your bolt caster as well, which might have been the same as before. Honestly, I don't remember how weapons worked because I got to a point where I had exocrafts and then never used anything but those. But one good thing about the terrain manipulator is there is no overheat, so you can just hold this down and it will completely demolish whatever you're trying to mine up, which is so useful. The only downside is they took away the ability to change the size of your terrain manipulator. You used to be able to make it huge, like basically could have here. Like, now you can't. Now it's a set size, which kind of sucks. But yeah, the fact that it doesn't overheat is victory in itself, I guess. Now, I would always recommend if it ever asks you to build something to overbuild, or not to build something, when it asks you to gather something to overgather, because you're always gonna need more of it, no matter what you're doing. You're gonna eventually need pure ferrite. Oh, I need normal ferrite. I need this anyways because I think I need magnetized ferrite. Whatever. So basically our monkey. So basically I'm gonna grab some of this ferrite, pure ferrite. Gonna grab normal ferrite after this and build that portable refiner I was talking about before. I mean that I slightly mentioned before. But to do that, we need a metal plate, and to get that, we need ferrite dust, not pure ferrite. And I don't think I grabbed enough. Now, creatures on planets a lot of times look really similar throughout. So you might be like, I already scanned that creature. Always check to see if it has a red dot. Because you see, like, those two look almost identical. Hell, they might just be two, like, the same species, but just different variants. But it's always good to double check. Because if you're going for something like I am, where I want to attempt to platinum this game, just because it's a game I play enough that why not, you're gonna have to scan all of the creatures on one planet. Not all the plants, but all of the creatures. Which is... Yep, new species. Which is painstakingly annoying. That's why I was so glad we had already discovered 3/5 of the other one. It's just, that's the type of planet that I'd sit on, but I'm not going to go through and waste hours and hours of time doing that, because there's no quick way of doing that. It's honestly just walking around a planet, checking the caves, doing all this super grindy stuff that I'm going to have to do. That's why I'm having a stream, is because I'm going to do all the super grindy stuff here, edit it down for like an actual series-esque thing. You know, what's important, what's not important, what's just me going off and grinding, it's just me rambling on while doing nothing. But trust me, right, what I'm doing right now is important. Okay. Portable refiner. Oh, go into the inventory, fuel supply, put some fuel in there, go in, put your copper in there, begin. What do I need to make a base computer? Just chromatic metal. I'm gonna need some better technology modules. So, while you're just waiting for that to do its thing, look for Wi-Fi signals. Are you kidding me? Never mind! Okay, we're doing something else. We're going off topic for a second. Haha, I lied. LOLXD. So, damn, really? Okay, so, subterranean relic. These things are like gold, in like a sense that they sell for, okay, these things themselves don't sell for a lot, but you'll pick up these vortex cubes. That's cool. You don't want to, this is a good way to make money early on, by the way. It's not a really I could have just walked through the cave entrance, but whatever. It's not a good way to like base your money off of, like, oh man, the way I get money purely is from these subterranean relics. But it's a good way to start. Honestly, it's one of the best ways to start, just getting with emotions and building up a little bit of money for yourself. I think I need pure ferrite, actually, so that you can start buying the stuff you need and doing the stuff that you need to do. And whenever you look around, you'll see like those little gold bar things. And seeing those means that there's something good. I would normally only go for subterranean relics because humming eggs and gravitano balls are like, I mean, they're alright, I guess, but they're not really something to get like super excited about and waste your time going to try and find and collect. But these, ooh, the Tetra Cobalt is the thing that's really good. Now this should be almost done, if not done. Yes, it is. So you're going to want to transfer that to your exosuit. Now for why Tetra Cobalt is so good. Okay. Let me do some math for you real quick. Ionized cobalt, rather, what you get from this, sells for like, I'm going to say 100, right? Now, if there's 150... these things in here, they sell for way more than 100. They probably sell for like 200. Okay, whatever. I don't feel like doing math. Whatever it is. Oh wait, will it tell me? Okay, ionized cobalt sells for 401, and you get 150 each. These sells for 6,150 per, and if you multiply 401 times 150, you get approximately 6,000. I'm stupid. Approximately 60,000 something. Not 6,000. 60,000, which is basically 10 times more than what you get from just selling the Tetra Cobalt, which is an amazing profit. The only thing better than the Tetra Cobalt, or that you can like just find so commonly, would probably be when you find like sodium samples or something along those lines. It's just not sodium, but salt samples. They're just basically the same thing, but for salt, which for some reason sells for like $7 billion. Like, real news, it sells for actually like I think around 500 units per. which is near completely nuts. But yeah, cobalt's a fairly common source. If you just want to use it to get some money, I would sell it ionized. Actually, I think it might be the same, the ionized as ionized. But if it's not, I'd definitely sell it ionized, because if anything, that would be worth more. Because I did the math a while ago and realized that it's worth it doing what I've done. Okay. So at this point, you're gonna want to, if you're lucky enough to find subterranean relics, just grab a bunch of them. Use vortex cubes, sell for jack all. This thing, look at that. 100,000, 100,000, 40,000. My math was wrong as hell. But, wait, no, it wasn't. Yeah, because it said like 60,000. Yeah, I might have said 600,000. I meant to say 60,000. Anywhomst. Now, you can, if it lets me, build a base. Which is a lot different than it was before. It used to be, you have to go find a little... It used to be, what you have to do is... find a certain place that is a habitable base. And then you live in that. Now, you can claim any area of land you want. And once you do that, once you claim any livable area you want, you live there. Any area you want, you build your base. For those of you that liked the way that the old rooms look, you can find them. So don't worry, your little heads, you pretty little heads. You can go back and find your old looking. Ooh, I need more carbon. Go and find those like circular metal rooms. They're not gone. And I prefer them more. Like, I just don't build bases very often because I don't have too much of a reason to. But you can still get those. Still nice little things to have. Okay, magnetized ferrite. If you don't have pure ferrite on whatever planet you're on, you'll need to first get regular ferrite, which you can refine to get pure ferrite. You can get that pure ferrite into ferrite dust, and then you're on your way. Or pure ferrite, not enough ferrite dust, into magnetized ferrite. Then you're on your way to getting a blueprint research, which is how you get eventually the little circular rooms. This is the only thing that I get those, the base teleport module. So now we have to look for Wi-Fi signals, which apparently don't exist within like a 50-mile radius. So what we're gonna do is hop in our starship and hope it has some sort of fuel. If not, fuck. Okay, we're good. And then we're just gonna kind of fly out in a BFE and hope we can find a buried technology module. That's a crater. Okay. What are you, little glowy thing? Oh, you're damage machinery. See, and this is probably the type of stuff I'd cut out in the actual thing. I'm gonna post both. I'm gonna post both the full unedited version as well as the edited version, which will have basically just a more of a quicker feel to it, you know. Oh, yes. Yo, so they added these things, which are, you see these little circles? You land in them. And if you land in these circles, right? First off, that means that there's a building nearby, which is always dope. This is, what type of building is this? Like an observatory? building. It's just a building. That's nice. If I have to break anything to get into it, I'm not getting into it because I don't feel like dealing with that. Nope, I think it's an observatory. Is it an observatory? It's a transmission tower. I'm stupid. Oh, these are the puzzles. Okay. Whatever, scratch what I was just saying. I'll come back to it. But, as you can see, 1, 2, 6, 24, 120. They're usually either, there are 4 different numbers, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, put in a bunch of different orders, and you have to find out which order hasn't been put in yet. Or, something like this. So you have 1, 2, 6, 24, 120. It's multiplying by 1, and then by 2, and then by 3, and then by 4, and then by 5. So this should be 6, which is 720. And bam, distress signal record. Oh yes, already? I didn't even fully comprehend what that meant, but that's amazing. That's amazing for this early in the game, especially if we get lucky. But those little pads, I landed on a little green thing, which makes it so that when I take off after this, it doesn't require fuel. I can just up and go without having any fuel. He's on the other side of a rock. I don't care enough. Are you seriously? They're seriously still. Oh, there's one. How far away is that? 300. I'm going to distress signal. We're postponing this to the more important thing happening right now.
Ground protection falling.
Alright, important thing happening. We're saying screw it to the distress, or not the distress, for the Berry Technology Wi-Fi signals. Yeah. Going to this distress beacon. More important than everything we could have been doing. Okay, so when you see something on a planet that you want to go to, first you're going to want to break atmosphere. Which basically means you get above the clouds and your screen starts doing that star thing. Second, you're going to want to point at that impulse engine, because this just makes your whole life way quicker. Honestly, you're not going to ever want to, words are pretty fun, brothers. You're not going to ever, like, want to try and do the whole 48-minute, because, like, that is an accurate thing. It will probably take around 2 to 3 seconds for us to actually get here. Do you have a thing? No, you do not. Landing. If this distress beacon isn't what I think it is, I'm gonna be really sad. It's not. It's just a normal distress beacon. I'm sad. Okay. Well, never mind. I'm just sad now. You. Granite rock. Yeah, we're not worth it. Alright, and there's no Berry Technology model. There's a bunch of subterranean relics over here. Alright, we're getting these. So subterranean relics, you'll get 1 vortex cube and 1 tetracobalt per subterranean relic. Which basically means get a lot of money. And I said don't worry about money yet, but if you have the chance, don't pass it up. You know what I mean? Don't go out looking for these. But if it's like, hey, you have subterranean relics right next to you, don't be like, I shouldn't worry about money yet. It's just, why are you, oh, because I'm mining being the new card. Ooh, and a Berry Technology module over here. How far away are you? 300 something. Okay, you're up there. You're up, which is because we're in a mountain. So, subterranean relics, always worth the grab in the beginning game. Eventually, you'll get onto a monopoly point where you're not going to need them, especially if you're as lucky as I was, and in a way that I didn't even know I was lucky until, like, did some research, and turns out I was. But in the beginning, you're going to want to get these. Like, look, this is tens of thousands, possibly even hundreds of thousands of dollars I'm going to be getting. It is hundreds of thousands of dollars I'm going to be getting, because just 4 of them gave me, yeah, so it's about 60k per, quick maths, because 4 of them gave me 240,000, but, where's that? Oh man, I'm probably, this is the stuff I'm gonna cut out, because it's literally just me running around, and you find like a strain of them. So you're gonna find one, but a lot of times you'll find one cluster, and then you'll find another cluster, and then you'll find another cluster. There's another one. No relic left behind. There you are. There's another one. Nice. And then it's like, oh, wait, I'm done. No, I'm not, because there's one 170. That's kind of far. Wait, but down there, there's one 115, which honestly is not much closer than the other one. But it looks like I'm probably not going to have to mine to get to it, so I'm going to it. Did I pass it? Hit me with that quay. Is it that one? Am I stupid? Okay, looks like it probably is. Oh, by the way, you can mark targets. It's like subterranean relic. Go like that. Okay, this is the part where you're going to want to be careful. If you're at the place, but you haven't broken into the surface and probably done what I just said. Because you destroy them if you use your terrain manipulator on them. Which is not a good thing. Alright, now that I'm completely in the middle of BFE underground, let's look for the nearest Berry technology module. There's one just 100. Oh no. What did I tell you? It's a non-stop thing. I'm like addicted, dude. These things are like my cocaine. But real news, we're gonna, once we leave this galaxy, or this, not galaxy, once we leave this solar system, I'm going to end the stream and the first episode, which I hope will not be this long. And I'm probably gonna stream something else, because it's literally like not even 10 at my, like, where I am right now. So it's a kind of in that like mood, you know what I mean? Where it's like I feel like streaming some stuff. Okay. That's cool. Rightio. So where's another one? Because I can't get this one. Oh, hey, look at this. Silver lining. Alright, I am running low on charge for this thing. Magnetized ferrite is like Jesus for this stuff. And I hate it, because so much of this stuff is cobalt. Like, what is this? What are you? Not a thing? Not a thing. This is pure ferrite, that's nice. But you can get just stranded down here. Like, no problem. You can just get absolutely bumfucked. And that's not a nice time. I'm cutting so much of this out, except for, like, oh my god. Like, I'm so sorry if you just watch the, like, the unedited version of the shit. It's not nice. And I turned my audio back on and I hear an echo and it's like so bad. Whatever, I'm yelling because I'm focused at this point. But yeah, what I was saying was if you hear the if you watch oh, I got super scared. If you watch the straight up stream, then yeah, it's just gonna be so horrid. You know what I mean? I gotta turn. I'm so sorry. If you just watch a straight up stream, it's gonna be just so. Like, I have no idea what my goal is because I've just been running around trying to collect things and stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, you have a flashlight. That's cool. It's just gonna be so. I know what I'm doing. I'm just. You know, I know what I'm doing. I know how to do it. I just also have a million things that I want to do and that I can do, but it's hard for me to just switch between thing to thing while explaining what's going on because texture glitch. I don't want to assume that you guys know what's happening. That's just a bad time. If I assume you guys know what's happening, then well, if you don't, you're gonna be confused as hell. Yeah, I think I might have said in the beginning of this is the last stream I'm doing on this channel. That's probably not true because I'm probably just gonna stream. This is how, okay, for future reference, this is how I'm gonna go. Thanks, brother. That's a glitch that happens sometimes where you just get teleported to the surface. But I'm cool with it. Alright, this is how I'm gonna get my content, is I'm going to stream something for a while and split it into kind of a multiple episode thing. So realistically, I could stream No Man's Sky for hours, you know what I mean? But I'm also gonna, like, put breaks in where logically it would make sense for a new episode. I'm probably gonna make this one episode because this is just a lot of tutorial stuff. But at the same time, actually, I could. Why does this happen to me? Is that likely actually the same one I was going to before? Okay, so this one should just be right here. Yes, this is a very technology module. You get salvage technology from it. It's nice and easy. At least it should be. Apparently it's not. Apparently it's the most difficult thing in the world. I don't have enough dihydrogen. I have so much stuff right now. I don't think I have enough room. Okay, this is a little deuterium. That can work. Basically, it gives your jetpack infinite boost for a little bit of time. But watch your bottom right hand corner, because then that happens and you don't have infinite boost anymore. And I'm gonna pretend that I've never died from that. Nope. Okay, I do need dihydrogen. So, starship fuel. Yeah, I'm gonna pretend I haven't died from that at all. But starship fuel is pretty simple to make. It's just 40-ish dihydrogen and then 50-ish ferrite dust. I'm pretty sure that's the exact. Oh, great. It's just fabulous. So it's a storm, and you know how I have that terrain manipulator? I could just dig down, but I don't really care enough. I'll just do this, do that, do that, do metal plating, delete that, craft that, Damn it! Click the wrong one. Okay, looks like I'm getting. Oh yeah, by the way, there's flora per each thing. Like, that's like selenium, and it's really not worth it 97,000,000% of the time. So just ignore it if you see it. It'll be like, wow, look at that. It's a full symbol on my everything, and it must be good. It's really not. Really not even worth acknowledging most of the time. Oh, no. Oh, it's really close, never mind. I was not going to care about that, and now I might have to care about that because I forgot that distance existed. Piss off, cunt. That was a noise. Hello, creator guy. What do you create? Yeah, that's a real news though. No one, I don't know why No Man's Sky is such a like not English game. I guess people just gave up, you know, after they saw the launch. Yeah, people just gave up. After people give up, then no coming back. I don't know. They didn't give it the chance after Next. Next made this game. Like, easily. It was fun without it in the beginning, but you know, after a while, the promise of multiplayer that was never fulfilled kind of ruined everything.
Technology recharge.
Right now, you need to take your you gotta process your technology modules. Doesn't really matter what you process them into. In all honesty, I normally do it, I got 2, so I normally go straight for Portal for when I actually make a base so that I can link it up to link it up to the space station, which is something we've not been to yet, so that's fun. There's so much to explain, and I've only been doing this for, what, like, an hour maybe, and I've probably been talking the entire time because it's the beginning of No Man's Sky and like a billion things are going on that you just, yeah, well, hi Puberty, nice to meet you. Sorry, just the conversation with this guy in chat. Yeah, and honestly, late at night in America, it's because, yeah, No Man's Sky just isn't popular enough of a game to have a late night American. I wish it would, because it's honestly, it's really relaxing, just to chill out and play. But, you know, it's not. You just gotta find the right people, the people that, oh wait, I can't do anything, because I don't have the actual materials I need for that. Oh wait. Wait, let you read. Hey look, 16, 16, 16, 16. What are the odds that that's the number that we haven't seen like 70 times? Okay, space station. Time for a quick run. I'm probably never gonna visit that base again, by the way. That's kind of how that's kind of how it eventually gets to, is you use a base once and then never use it again, because unless it's like, in these beginning planets, there's no need to. No Man's Sky isn't popular enough at all. It's just, No Man's Sky could have such an amazing, like, survival adventure series just aspect to it. Yeah, this guy said it's like Minecraft in space. That's such an accurate, like, I don't know, it could have so much potential. Like, you could just, it upsets me. Especially when you get, like, kind of later in the game and you know what's going on and you have more activities. Like, right now it's a lot of stuff you have to do alone. Stuff that, like, it's, you can do it together. Like, you only need one base computer between 2 people, but it's kind of more of a solo thing. Oh yeah, I'm talking to people. But I don't know. The ships are gorgeous in this game. This game is just beautiful, in my opinion. It's just the art style of it, the aliens, the just the way everything looks. It's just amazingly beautiful. I'm just skipping through what all of these people say because it doesn't really matter until we get to like the actual important stuff. Nope. It's just me walking up to people. I think it's always the 4th or 5th. Yep, when I blink a red light, I should have read that. Alrighty, so now it's time to go to that distress beacon. Similarly to when I landed before, when you land in a space station, you do not have to exhaust your starship fuel in order to launch anymore. So what do you create? So this is a name that's I've had forever. I was doing this and I probably made it when I was like 9 or 10, and I just kind of used it because I made enough friends online. Backstory of my name, that's fun. I used it enough online that my friends just called me Creator, so I couldn't change it because I changed it now. Now on most stuff I'm just known as Creator because it's a lot easier. But yeah, it was MC stuff for a while. That's why my profile picture is the way it is. I'm trying to get musically creative. I can play music pretty decently, and I'm starting to write it, so that's gonna be a thing. And I cannot draw at all. Like, it's not even a thing. But yeah, Creator Guy 90. That's literally was me being like, I'm a dude. Guy, I'm making this name for Minecraft, create, and hey look, last 2 numbers on the number line. Wow, I'm descriptive. But after that, it stuck. I couldn't call myself anything else because if I did, then it would basically be all of my friends calling me one thing that was completely different. Honestly, if I were to go back, there were things I would have changed it to, but I'm not changing it now. I'm not planning on it anyway. But yeah, so... Oh man, I need to make a shite... Oh wait, never mind, I have all this stuff. But yeah, what do I want to create music to answer your question. What kind of music do I make? First off, I play saxophone, clarinet, piano, and I'm trying to learn guitar because, like, hey, you play music. Oh, do you play guitar? No, I just can't play string instruments to save my life. Like, I couldn't play violin, couldn't play guitar. It's the only 2 things I've tried, but I just can't. But the music I kind of try to create is, it kind of depends, you know? I like to think I can sing, so I make some songs that are, like, vocal, inclusive. I like to think that my music's alright. But I also do things, kind of based around, like, other people's, like, already made songs. Not, like, I guess kind of remixing them, but more like, I'll take this, normal pop song that's super upbeat and make it not upbeat, or vice versa, because pop music... That's the thing about pop music, in my opinion, is it's just too... It has a good bass, but that's it. Like, the vocals aren't anything to be completely, like, head over heels about and stuff like that, but... Some people, you know, are super like, oh man, pop music is the best. I don't agree with them, but yeah, let's start playing up piano. I wish. See, I'm not good at piano. I'm not bad by any means. I'm just average. But I just understand music, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, I just understand how it works. I understand music theory. I've grown up around music, so it's a huge part of my life. But I wish I was. Oh, I forgot I need to get things. I wish I was that good at piano that I could just completely have someone brag about me being able to do different things. If I was, I would definitely be posting a lot of different piano things on YouTube, which I plan on doing. I plan on that being a thing that exists because I've done it once before, but that was years ago. So, you know, I've grown musically and as a person. So that's not an accurate portrayal of what I'm actually capable of anymore. Or what I look like, or sound like, for that matter. But, yeah, I like to take music. I do like computer-generated music that's meant to sound computer-generated, if that makes sense. You know, stuff that's computer-generated that's supposed to sound like actual music, like, oh man, this is computer-generated, but it sounds like orchestral music. But no one actually took the time to learn the orchestral music. That kind of just is one of my pet peeves because, you know, it's actually a really hard thing to... I don't want to be, like, dissing on those people that actually make good music, but... That's... Yeah, just reading what you said, that's actually amazing. I've met, one... I don't want to say it was autism because I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember, and I feel bad if I'm just gonna say the wrong thing. But he had a disability, but he was better on the piano than I could ever be. It was crazy. And he could improvise songs, and he could basically do what I aspire to do on a piano. Just mind-boggling. Because it wasn't just simply like, oh, I can, you know, play piano. It was, I can basically play piano to such an extent that it crushes your dreams. Yeah, I don't have, any musical talent, in all honesty. I do, but I don't have anywhere near any amazing. And you understand, yeah, understanding music theory, it's at face value, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, understanding music theory, that's like understanding, like, oh, how do you... It's a lot more than just understanding, like, what the different, like, oh man, I understand music theory and I understand what exactly a fortissimo is and all of that fancy jazz that I don't feel like describing because honestly I'm gonna bore myself if I talk about music theory for 30 minutes. But it's also kind of getting a feel for the music itself, knowing what it's supposed to, if that makes any sense, which I'm sure to someone that has an interest in music that does, but it's not just it's not understanding how music works, but how it how it feels. Honestly, electronic music is a pretty... I think electronic music is pretty... Oh no. It's pretty outstanding when it sounds good. Yeah, I'm not into pop music, just because I'm not into... okay, let me explain better. I'm not into pop music because I think it sounds like... It's got a good bass. It's just also very... It seems like a lot of the time it's not in for the music. But there are pop songs and pop artists that I'm like... Because, you know, just saying pop music sucks, that's like a huge branching term, but there definitely are. I know Lady Gaga is like... I guess kind of more of the older... Like, not nowadays pop is pretty good. Yeah, exactly. A lot of pop music sounds generic and similar. It's kind of like they found one thing that works and then just copy and pasted it for the next 7 million years. There's a guy, I don't remember his name, but who basically invented the way pop music sounds nowadays. Like he's like he like helped write a bunch of songs, and since he helped write them, they sounded really like similar throughout all of them, which means that kind of set a standard because they were all successful, blah blah blah, you know, music and all that jazz. But it's just pop music sounds really similar all throughout, but even if it sounds similar, there are some of the songs that have good parts of them, and you can, if you take that, change it up, get rid of the, kind of make the instrumental something a little bit your own. That's what taking inspiration from, pop music is a really good place to take inspiration from, in all honesty. It's, a certain beat pattern that's common, like, I mean, there's definitely the, oh man, now I'm spacing because I'm trying to think about it on the spot, but there are 4 chords that are like the same in like so much of pop music, and they're not a bad 4 chords by any means, but it's just so much. The beat is so similar in so much, and I just wish it wasn't, you know what I mean? Because pop music and it's just, now it's just not what it, I don't want to say what it used to be, but it's not what it could be, I guess you could say.
Technology recharge.
The beats in pop music, I'm not gonna lie, there are some songs that, while the vocals, because this is the thing, a lot of pop music, either the vocals suck, or the music sucks, or it just sounds bland. Maybe bland is a better way to describe it, because it's not bad all the time, it's just kind of bland. So, you know, maybe the music, the vocals I can easily say a lot of vocals in pop music suck. Because it's always the same things they talk about. Like, but a lot of the time, yeah, the music just sounds bland, or it sounds, there's some cases where it sounds bad. I don't know, I guess chart music, pop, okay, I feel like I'm giving pop way too much crap, because it's not horrible, but exactly, there are parts of songs that sound good, and just, if you understand what those good parts are, and you can take them and turn them into something good, which is something, I'd love to be able to do that efficiently. Yeah. Just the 3 normal instruments for pop music, or my 3 instruments I can play. And I like to, play music, but I also am trying to get into more computer mixing of music. Like, kind of adding the instruments that I don't have or can't play into it, but writing most of it and making it sound more of my own than just, I don't know, stuff that it sounds like, I guess, a beat, because, you know, I don't have the ability to make a good beat with the resources I have, is something I'd love to be able to do. Oh, I forgot that happened. You collect 250 of it, and oh, I don't remember how it works, but it's broken. Oh no, I agree. I think that Gaga's an amazing artist. I just think that most pop artists aren't amazing artists. I'm not gonna say I haven't listened to, because I don't know, because it's like, she's pop, but she's like got her own personality, if that makes sense. You know, she's not generic. She's got her own little bit of spunk. At least the Gaga I've listened to. She's more than just a pop artist for the money. Yeah, no, you're talking a fine amount. I'm glad to, because I don't know how much of the stream you've been here for. Probably not all that much, but I'm posting the stream on what will soon be my main channel, which isn't this one because I need a new one, but I'm making a new channel, whatever, all that's fun stuff, blah blah blah. But I'm gonna post both the stream and kind of an edited down version of it. So, you know, stuff like this, it'll be nice to have a stream that's just more than just me talking to myself. And yeah, as you said, she's definitely different than just a lot of basic pop artists, and that's the kind of thing I'm looking for is in music, is someone that's not the same as everyone else. Because if you just, I don't think all pop music is bad, but I think that if you took all the songs that sounded the same and found like there's like one of them that's like worth listening to, and then all the other ones are just kind of like, all right, I've heard this before. She takes it to a different kind of area where she's not having to. I mean, obviously there are things that every artist does that's similar to the other ones, but she's also not doing that. No, it's not just the name of my channel. It's kind of like a lot of things about it. You know what I mean? It's easier for me if I just go ahead and make a whole new channel, and because I kind of almost want to keep this channel as a time capsule, if that makes any sense, to be able to look back on and see how I've grown as not only like, I guess, a YouTuber, but as a person. And I don't see like going and having to private all these videos and all that stuff. I guess it's just bottom line, I'm lazy. And if I start posting on this one a lot more, I guess if I start posting on this one a lot, then the subscribers I have, it's just not what I used to be, you know what I mean? Back to our other conversation. There's been so many artists and songs, it's hard to sound new, and I get that, and that's why I like the artists that can sound new. It's even the music I listen to, I can start to hear where it's like, oh, yep, I've heard this before, blah blah blah, and it's like, you know, I get used to it. It's, you hear it before, oh well, but I don't know, I guess just because it's been done. You can do something the same way, but you can do it with your own style instead of just having to do it the exact same way, is kind of, I guess, my thought process behind it. Okay, so a little explanation of what I've been doing, other than having a conversation while I've been grinding out this whole time. I've been kind of just collecting money and collecting resources so that I can make a hyperdrive, and once I do that, and once I jump to the next galaxy, I think that's where I'm going to end the stream. But what my hyperdrive will allow me to do is it will allow me to start changing what galaxy, or not galaxy, solar system I'm in, which will, because I think that's a good place to end the stream. You know, it's a good place to end the stream. I've been getting money and resources so I can do that, and what you'll need for it is $95,000-ish, give or take some cash monies, to get the 5 microprocessors. I'd just try and do the subterranean relic strategy if you can. You're gonna have to go to another planet anyway, but hopefully you're sick. This one is not loading in. Oh, hi glitch. No, thank you. Okay, we're not going to this planet. What are you? Are you the ice planet? I'm gonna assume you are. But yeah, you're gonna wanna get a decent amount of money. It's gonna say get this much amount of money. I would just, first off, gather 250 copper so you have enough for your drive, which I didn't do because I'm stupid, and turn it all into chromatic metal. I've just gathered a lot of money because you're gonna need it down the line. What do I have? I have 1,000,000 units. That's a good starting point. It's pretty nice to have that amount of money this early on into the game. But yeah, having this amount of money early on in the game is a nice starting point. In which you're gonna, it's really easy to build off your money. It's kind of like a snowball effect. Once you start getting money, you're just gonna keep on going and going and going. Your money is gonna grow to the point where, I don't know, it's just so easy, and especially because trees exist. Not because trees exist, especially because of all of the stuff that happens once you get past the point that I am right now. It's just a lot of stuff happens. I wish it were that easy. I wish it were easy to get. Words are fun. I wish it was as easy to get money in this game, or get money. Wow, words. Let me start this sentence over. Wish it was as easy to get money IRL as it was this game. As Kyle just said, need a car, gasoline. Go take the dirt out of that mountain. Oh, what's that? You want to buy a house? Yeah, go pick up some metal and wait a couple minutes. Bam, there you go. Here's $1 million. That'd be the life. I don't know, man. Sounds like communist propaganda to me. I think I will end the No Man's stream, but I might stream something else. It just depends on what I feel like doing. Might just stick around in Battlefield, maybe, but I don't know. They literally do hand out your first freighter for free. Or at least from my experience, the first one you attack is your free freighter. And it literally can be anyone you want. So I think if you're smart enough, I haven't tested this theory because I don't want it to be false and be like copped out of a free freighter. But I think if you look at what the freighter is and don't do the mission to get the free freighter, and because it's not a good enough one, and just go to a different one which will be worth more, you should be able to just I don't know. You should be able to just get an A class right away. I met someone randomly. Oh yeah, and there's random encounters pretty much in this, so you can just randomly have someone join your galaxy, and that's all nice and fun. But I met someone who had an A class for their first freighter, like an amazing A class. Well, not an amazing, but it was an A class. It had a decent amount of storage and all of that stuff. And I was completely jealous because that's an A class. Like, what? But it has to be empty. Oh yeah, and I didn't mention this, but you probably picked it up. You do get, once you collect your refiner, you do get the fuel back, which is nice. But yeah, I just made a hyperdrive. I now will need to ascend back into space, and I should get a scan. Okay, broadcast. Cool. Planet I've already discovered. man, after you get this broadcast system, you're gonna learn how to do certain stuff and things to be able to go into space and change where you're going. And yeah, we could find a rich system and get money, or we could just try and pump out all of the hyperdrive upgrades and find an iridium system as soon as possible. That's what I did, and it was, ooh, I had activated iridium on my first iridium system. It was so nice.
Technology recharge.
Ew, just amazing. Oh yeah, and I don't know if I explained this, but while you're going about doing your thing, well, so my volume came back on. I heard myself talking. I'm sorry. I was really messed with my words. But while you are doing stuff, while you're flying, you can break meteors to get Titrium, Hytrium, one of the two. Either with the H3 and just try hydrogen. You can find that stuff in meteors to refuel your pulse engine, which is your thing that makes you go super speedy fast. Oh, you see this thing? Yeah. Don't touch it. Ever. It's not worth.
Life support power low.
Take care of that. Take care of this. Take care of that. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I just skipped through that. I'm so used to doing that. But now we learned how to make antimatter and how to make... Oh, and we got antimatter. I didn't know that was the thing that happened. There's more. So you can get these things. You get these things, and it's like, hey, I'm gonna break you. Oh, cool. Biological horror detected. Oh, cool. A larval core, and then these things come out of the ground, try to kill you, and it's not worth. It's 61. I thought it was 95,000. It's even less worse. Worth. Literally, that is one subterranean relic. That's less than one subterranean relic. What do I need to make a ferrite dust? No. I don't know why I showed you what could happen. It wasn't worth it. It really wasn't worth it. It really wasn't worth it. At all. It was not worth it. Okay, well, I died. I thought it might be worth it. Newsflash, it wasn't worth it. So, introduction to Vortex cubes sell a lot more for Gravitino Ball. Oh, come on! That's just pointless grinding. Then I have to get back. Yeah, Vortex cubes sell for a lot more than Gravitino balls. So that's good within itself. I can't do anything. Which is amazing. Cool, Vortex cubes sell for more than Gravitino balls. But then the Tetra Cobalt, that's just where it lies. That's just that's just so good. Just the amount of money you get from refining that Tetra Cobalt is sick. It's ridiculous in all honesty. It's all like, oh, words are fun. It's like overpowered in my opinion. It's just so. I need carbon nanotubes, and I keep trying to use them, but I keep forgetting it's broken. That's ferrite. It's just amazingly overpowered. Yeah. Okay, so Sentinels harass you if you try and get Gravitino balls, which we haven't encountered yet, but in basically every aspect, Gravitino balls are worse because they sell for less, and or I actually do they sell for less? I'm pretty sure they do. But they sell for less, and Sentinels will try and kill you if you pick one up. But if we look down here for some subterranean relic. Alright, I have a lot of money, and I'm kind of gonna be greedy if I try and do this. Subterranean relics. The vortex cubes themselves sell for a hell of a lot more. Look at that. Just... You see that? Where is it? 61,750. That is like one of these after you refine it. Quick money getting tips. Quick money getting tips. The stuff that you think is good probably isn't as good. There you go. Professional advice. I have a torch that I can equip. And vortex cubes. Okay. Yeah, so the way it works, I don't know if it works the same way on PC, but on console, you look for subterranean relics, and I got all of them. But you look for the things that say subterranean relics, and you go down, you pick up vortex cubes, and you get tetracobalt, and it's really nice. And then if you get carbon, you can condense all of these stuff into the nice stuff. Oh, I definitely know. That when I first played No Man's Sky Next, I played it with a friend, and he kind of liked it, but at the same time he didn't like how grindy it was. So, you know, whatever, to each their own. Words are fun still. I've said that. Hey, can we get a words are fun counter? To each their own. If you don't like it, then so be it. I just find the grinding kind of relaxing. But when we found out how much you could sell the vortex cubes and the tetracobalt for, was basically the only thing that made him semi-interested in the game. Because, like, just, wow. If you want to make bank, that's how you do it. Do I... Ooh, there's oxygen in here. Yeah, I'll just make another portable refiner. Yeah, I don't know if the third person watching is jumping back in and jumping back out, or if it's a different person each time, but hi, whoever keeps jumping in, it's nice to see you. If you're a different person each time, it's nice to see a different person. That sounded almost rude, and I'm sorry. But yeah, welcome to No Man's Sky, where I've just been being greedy for 7 years. Okay. First time here. Well, welcome to me just going through No Man's Sky, going through the swing of things. I never even got, I never even got the stuff. Did I? No, I didn't even get the stuff. That's the original reason I went out there, was to get this stuff for the. Oh my god. Cool. Now I can make a antimatter housing. Now I can make a warp cell. Now I can put the. I'm on the space station first. We can leave, but I want to go to the space station and sell the, like, opious amounts of stuff I have. What? Am I supposed to go to the space? Okay. Yeah, thank both of you for talking and the likes and everything of this sort. It's just so cool to talk to people while doing this kind of stuff. To have like a little couple people talking, being able to go through and do my stuff. It's really nice. It's 2 people, but I don't know if you guys ever do stuff, but it's just amazing, even though it's only 2 people. And I'm trying to look down at the chat as much as I can. I don't know if you guys, I haven't been looking at my stream enough to see if you guys see when I get notifications on my stream itself. But I do get notifications like on through my console, and it says, hey, you got a chat. So yeah, living class farming, that is, I have no idea what that is, but that actually does sound kind of cool. Larval core, absolutely useless. Vortex cubes. Ionized cobalt. How many ionized cobalt I had? Did I seriously only have 100,000 worth of ionized cobalt? What?
Technology recharge.
Okay. Thought I had more, but okay. Oh, locate another source of antimatter. Yeah. Oh, always interact with these little cubes, by the way. Yeah, getting a milestone. Whatever, whatever. Take antimatter. Hopefully he'll give me a blueprint as well. Navigational data. Am I gonna need to use that? And I just want a blueprint for antimatter. He gave me more. Fuel the hyperdrive. Okay.
Technology recharge.
Farming in game, yeah, never even tried that. Honestly, I don't set up a base enough to actually try that. I'm gonna keep it completely real with you. That's just a me thing, you know. It's not that I don't find a need for a base, it's just the only reason I ever had a base was for an Iridium planet, or an activated Iridium planet rather, which I used to just grind out millions of dollars, but alright though, so when I whoa, that's the wrong stick. I am smart. Am I just... Hello? Can you pinpoint the source for me, please? Source is Planetary Outpost over here. Oh yeah, and when I edit, but whatever. I give up on words right now. Living. Now this should be where I get my... Okay, I guess I'm not landing. What? This should be where I get the antimatter blueprint. Final answer. Do you wanna know the... Judge it by her cooking? Yeah, you right. You right, but you wrong, but you right. You mainly wrong, but at the same time. If you guys start talking about cooking though, I'm gonna get really hungry. So don't. Cause I'm already kind of hungry. Ferrotest. Not the right thing. Oh, I was talking about this before. This is an example of a planet with no need for hazard protection. These do exist. They literally just, you don't need hazard protection. That's all they do. It's pretty nice. A whole other thing you don't need to worry about is going all around and collecting sodium, which is just just completely shuts down that whole struggle you need, which is annoying at times in all honesty. But yeah, I don't think I need to do anything other than in this galaxy really, because I can't do missions yet. I can't, I guess, yeah, once I get to like this is a point in time that exists, but I can't do missions yet. I can't do, I don't have my freighter yet. This is still kind of a tutorial stage. It kind of sucks being into the tutorial stage. I do want to stop by the space station. And see if there is anything nice out here. Is there anything nice out here? And by nice, I mean, can I buy a... I still need a decent amount of... Yeah, I only have 91. I need like 250. Fuck! Activated metals. Or chromatic metal, not activated metal. But hopefully we can soon enough. If I have a blueprint here, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go straight for a red starred galaxy and get some cadmium, because there's no reason not to just kind of go through it quickly. So explanation time again, isn't that fun? Explanation time. So, space station. As you saw before, I got nanite clusters. That's located up here. Now, from those nanite clusters, you can walk up over in this area. You will see 3 different stations. Station for your multi-tool. Which you can buy one if there's anything good, but usually it's not too good. That's kind of good. I don't feel like wasting all my money on it though. A station for your spaceship and a station for your exosuit. I'm gonna grab this. Just cause. Now I have more slots in my exosuit. How much for a subterranean? That is... Good question. That's a good question, is what that is. I don't know off the top of my head. I think around 3,000. No, it's not 3,000. 5,000. Ooh. Oh, yes. Till the end. Okay, we are doing something before we go to the next galaxy. Disregard what it says in the bottom right. That's a cool looking ship, but I have like 1,000,000 units, which means I can't buy anything. I think a subterranean cube sells for around 5,000 or more, and I'm just completely out of the ballpark. Good planet. I don't know what that word means. Fucking Hyperborean. We're googling this. Hi, Google. Hyperborean, inhabitant of extreme north, so extremely cold. Oh, crashing into the planet while looking at something else. Nice. So extremely cold. I don't think it's actually at an extreme temperature yet. This whole thing, just so much to explain in this game. Don't have the time to explain. It's in this game. Drop pod. That's not a drop pod, that's a tree. Alrighty then. So I'm looking for a copper deposit. That's a... I saw that. Where did it go? Is that the same one or is that a different one? There's a copper deposit too. Assuming that's the same one, but it very well could be a different one, and if it is, and then there's a copper deposit right over there. Okay, so this is a... There is another one right there. Wow, that's an ancient ruin. This is a monolith, that's what they're called. So, knowledge stones. You walk up to these things. The first time you ever walk up to one, you're gonna... Welcome back. The first time you ever walk up to one, it's gonna be like, hey, there's a stone, and it's got stuff, and you just say, accept the knowledge, and then you'll learn words based on whatever race is in the galaxy, except for sometimes you learn different words because of Atlas, but Atlas is a thing we don't need to worry about yet. But you'll learn words which will be able to help you later on. So like when you're talking to people, they'll be like, oh man, it looks like this guy needs something, but I don't know what he needs. And he'll be like, give him this, give him that, or give him that. And you'll be like, oh, he asked for... Okay, what is this? I'm gonna wait it out. Reward materializes. You're standing with the Korvax increase. Korvax casing. Atlas word. Atlas! I said we don't need to worry about that yet. Piss off. How far away are you? 332. How far away was that thing I saw? Nope. Copper 903. Copper 235. I don't need the copper yet. I'll just go grab that and find it. But so that's a monolith. You go there and you do a little thing where you pass a little trial. It'll give you options. it gave me more options, but I didn't really care enough. I should have waited and let you read that, but I'm just so used to like speedrunning this kind of crap that I forgot to do that. But I think at this ancient ruin we should find some Gravitino balls, which are not worth it. I mean, okay. If you didn't get like an instant 3 heat from it, then it would be worth it. But you get an instant 3 heat from it, which makes it not very worth it. Alright, but if you go talk to this thing, I think it also... so, help with language knowledge of the past. Don't know what that does. So we're going with that, because I know... Historical data revealed. And I still... No, that's what... Oh, so that leads me to stuff. So that leads me to another ruin. Well, that's cool. I don't want to do that, but that's cool. What are you? Are you? You're not a... You're telling me that's not a deposit? Okay. Yeah, as I said before, you can stop mining right before it overheats and it'll reset, but you've got time to focus on that stuff. That was not a deposit, I swear. Look, it's gone now. Is it a deposit? It's not saying it's a deposit. We're testing this out. Nope, that's a rock, apparently. Is that like a rock, or is that like a natural thing? It's a natural random rock that looks like an ore deposit. And, yeah. It's pretty coolio tulio right there. But now, just gonna go grab some of the copper here, change it into chromatic metal, make that... Oh, how much do I need exactly? I can't even look at my oh wait, I can. Discoveries, nope. Log, nope. Guide. Maybe. Pin formula, just tell me what all I need. 250, okay. I thought it was a deposit too. I was just like, it just looked so much like a deposit. I don't know why. I guess it's just, you know, whatever. This game can't be perfect. It'll have its glitches. But yeah, right now I'm just looking for some cadmium for a cadmium deposit. I mean, wait, what? Right now I'm looking for some copper to get a cadmium drive so that I can go to a different type of star. And when I go to that different type of star, it will have a different material. When I go get that different material, I'll be able to A, go to another type of star, which gives me a better material, but B, this material sells for more, and you get more chromatic metal from having it. So, like, as you saw before, every 2 copper I had gave me 1 chromatic metal. Now it will be every 1 cadmium, which is the thing I'm going to, I have, will give me 1 chromatic metal. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Instead of like a 1 or 2-to-1 ratio, which is always a nice little thing to obtain. So now as we deal with this, how much do we have? I only need like 500, I swear. Yeah, that's not nearly enough. Actually, it might be closer to enough considering I already have 91, but at the same time, I'm going to get... Okay, I would need 125. I'm taking my earbud out because my ear hurts. I would need 125. 100, no, I need 500. If I need 125, that would mean I would need 250. I have 91, so 180, 180. I need like 300. Cool. That's close to enough, almost. I want to get extra. Always, hey, another pro tip. Always gather more than you think you need, because you always need more than you think you need. Like, a lot of the times it's best just to like mine until the vein is almost completely gone. Like stuff like this where it's just like, oh man, little things. It's probably just okay, leaving it at that. Oh, also, sentinels will not... Please both of them down. Sentinels won't aggro you if you are... They will not aggro you if you're just doing a terrain manipulation. They'll only aggro if you're doing a normal mining kind of thing. But he walked away, so I could very well be lying and you wouldn't know. Haha. Brink. I don't even need to say like and subscribe. My boy Kyle's already got all of this down for me. Thank you. You're fun to talk to as well, Kaya. Alrighty, I could sell this, I could talk to people and get this. I need to go back to the space station. I need to get ferrite dust so that I can make launch fuel. Where is the nearest thing that has ferrite dust? Do you have ferrite dust? Yes, you do. Ah, professional commentary. Hi, how you doing? I didn't mean to do it. Hi, welcome to Sentinel Combat. With me, featuring Too Lazy to Make a Boltcaster. And you, watching as I murder this drone that's next to helpless. Okay, well, grabbing that. I need my stuff. Why did you stop? Oh no, let me access you. This went from like okay to everything's falling apart really quickly and I'm not comfortable with that. Where's my spaceship? Oh, and you can find these ruins, are those called? Artifacts, that's what they're called. You can find those just lying around. Oh, hi, Alaska man. Sorry, I just wasn't, or boy. It says boy, not man. I can read. Sorry, I just wasn't looking. I'm walking the opposite direction. Thank you for watching. I just looked down to see that you were here. I hope you find me not completely repulsive. That would be pretty chill.
Technology recharge.
But yeah, right now all I'm doing is, since you guys joined, I was able to get the blueprint for a cadmium drive, which is just amazing luck that I had enough nanite clusters from turning in different planets and galaxies and whatnot, which I'm going to do right now while I'm waiting for this. Discoveries. Okay, so nanite clusters, and nanite clusters do eventually become easier to obtain. I've not gotten to a point in my main. I haven't focused enough on a base to try and get exocrafts yet. I wish I would have, because that would make my life so much easier. And I'm definitely, I like, that's a plan for me, is to get to a point where I'm actually like have exocrafts, because in the beginning, I haven't seen the new one. I played back on the original. I played back on the original No Man's with the exocrafts, and they were just amazing in every like possible way they could have been. So I liked those. I would definitely use them again in this if I bothered to unlock them. But I have not. So those creatures are just hilarious looking in all real news. um this is my thoughts on the game. If you like the kind of grindy experience, if you just it's it could be action packed, and it's not hard to make it like action packed, but you're gonna have to go out of your way to do so. The story, you can play it for a while, but if you have other people you know that have the game, I would definitely say it's worth buying if they like it, and they'll be willing to play it with you, because it's an all-around fun time is when you have someone else that's willing to play this game with you. It makes the grinding seem a little less grindy, if that makes sense. Just at least a little more fun, because you're not doing it all alone anymore. You're doing it with someone. Especially with the, if you asked that before the summer, I would have definitely said no. But now, after No Man's Sky Next came out, no question about it, say next. Or I say yes, not say next. But yeah, it's always. But at the same time, I find it completely enjoyable as something to. If I'm just looking for a game to chill out and play, you know, not something that will get me all raged or something like that, then this is something I go to, because it's just nice, calm. It's a beautiful game, in my opinion. I love the art style. It's a beautiful game. I have fun playing it just by myself. I would say that's kind of like an acquired taste-esque thing, but it's not hard at all to have a nice time playing this game by yourself, as long as you know what you're doing. Yeah, it's definitely a relaxing game. I do not have any of those things and do not want directions, because I'm about to leave. Galactic Trade Terminal. I don't remember how many technology modules I needed. I'm gonna buy one. If I need two, I'm gonna be sad. Hey, I only needed one. Okay, cadmium drive. Oh, I don't even have. Oh no, I do have it charged. Cadmium drive. So now, if I'm not stuck on everything, I have cadmium. I have the ability to travel to red stars, which means I have the ability to get more expensive materials. Now, if I go to Free Explore and I look for the nearest red star, it's an orange star. now we play the looking for an orange. Red Star game. Googling the whole. Whoa, laggy computer. Star System. No Man's Sky. Star System. Oh, piss off, cunt. I was too lazy to go grab my actual computer, so I'm using a school laptop, which means it's runs slow as shit and everything's blocked, which means I need to Google this on my phone. Star System. Classification. M and K. So, we're just looking for something that has an M or a K on it. An F. I mean, obviously you can look for the colors, but... Can I seriously only warp to a certain place? I have the cadmium drive. Why do you do this to me, game? Okay, well... Looks like I'm going to the Galactic Core anyway. Wait, no, there's one right there. How can I not? Where am I? So I am here. Red Star is here. Okay, cool. Guess I'm just have to go to the normal place then. Well, that's nice. I wasted all that time for nothing. I will be back in about 2 seconds. I'm going to go grab myself something to drink. Alright, I'm back. Streaming. Hot, fun, professional streamer shit. Okay. Hyperdrive warp fuel depleted. Searching for fuel source obtained. blah blah blah. Okay, I'm going to go an Atlas route this way. Like I'm gonna follow all the missions and do all that stuff because, why not? It's not a bad story. It's a fun time. It's gonna be a nice little adventure we can go on. Oh, I'm on PS4, Kyle. Since you were wondering, stories is a nice time. I have no reason not to. I'm not doing it on my main one because I'm just kind of YOLOing it straight to the center. Oh, it's a moon. It's a moon gun on it. It's a charred moon. Isn't that nice? Right, looks like I'm still in a tutorial enough stage that I can't do what I want, and I'm going to have to wait a tad. So I guess I might as well complete as much of the tutorial as possible before high security. Ugh. That means anything I'm gonna do is just gonna... It is Traveler. I don't think it really matters what you answer. It is last. See, look at that. High security. The eye has seen it. See, look, I hate this, 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 I hate this so much. Oh, there's Gravitino balls everywhere. Okay, we're finding out how much a Gravitino ball is worth. I thought it was worth like barely anything. Alright, as you see, I now have 3 heat, which means a giant robotic dog is going to come after me, and I do not have the resources to deal with this at the moment, so I'm leaving. Nice fun times. Yeah, Gravitino balls are worth 12. It's not worth it, and I knew that, and I still went for one. I don't know why. Condensed carbon, chromatic metal. Don't want to go there. YOLOing. Oh yeah, search for answers. Alright, so, welcome to my mine. Here is what we're gonna do. This is my secret to space combat. First step to space combat, don't. Second step to space combat, stay in one place and shoot. Third step to space combat, same as the first step, don't go into space combat. Fourth step to space combat, run into the dead ship after you kill it because you get your shield recharged. Or you should. Guess I didn't for some reason. Oh well. We're not doing that again. And I do not have I barely have the fuel! Ha ha ha, this is fun. Good times, good memes. Does this planet even have cobalt? Cool. I don't care. What did I just land on? I landed on like 70 Gravitino balls. We're copping these. I know I said they're not worth it, but I literally just landed on a... What? Okay. These are not worth it because of the drones. But the fact I landed on like that many of them make it kind of worth it to pick up. That is the only reason I'm picking these up, and now I'm going to another planet because, I'm not dealing with that. Okay, so basically I just copped myself 60 times 3 pretty much. Actually more like 60 times 3, 170 bucks. Yeah, pretty much. 170,000 rather. I don't know. I've literally never had, like, I've never had an encounter like that. I just landed because I wanted to get away from the sentinels, and then the next thing you know, it was just, I couldn't see anything. Okay. Here's to the next planet not having Gravitino balls so that I don't get... Have I been to this planet before? Yes, I have. It did not. Oh, it's a moon. Isn't that neat? I just don't want to get attacked. I do want to mine some copper, get myself some chromatic metal, not be attacked by a billion things. You know, the usual, the works. How it be, how it do. No, I cannot. I don't know. Are these seriously... Not my thermal protection. Oh, Kano. What am I to do? Let me pick up this like Gravitino ball, please. Well, guess we're not picking that up. Alrighty then. I think it's time for me to end this stream once I get to the space station, which is still gonna be a while because I need to make starship fuel, don't I? Yep, and I have to deal with these fuckers. Well, da 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 da. I just wanted copper, and now I'm getting shot in the face. Do 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 do. I need that condensed carbon. I saw it someplace. Do do do. I don't even care. Take back everything I said about Gravitino balls. Just kidding. They're absolute pieces of crap. I hate them. Need that. Need everything I don't need this. Need to use this to create this. Delete that. Use the rest of this. Nope. Charge this, mine this, hope that the sentinels don't attack me, see that they're scanning me, they start trying to kill me, I'm running away, they start trying to kill me, I'm running away, they start trying to kill me, I'm running away, they start trying to kill me, they're running away, running away, I have a warp cell? Why did I have a warp cell? When did I make another warp cell? What am I supposed to be doing? What is my mission? What is my name? What is my quest? What is your favorite color? I'm not doing that voice. What is your name? What is your quest? What is the African airspeed velocity of a swallow? African or European? Alright, let's sell these Gravitino balls and then we'll end it off here. Because, you know, it's been fun, but I am also... I'm at a point right now where everything wants to kill me, and I don't know how to deal with that. And I've also been streaming for like 7 years. 313, that's not that bad, on all honesty. So all this stuff I got. Anything in no, because it's not what I need. Alright, well, it's been a fun time, and I am glad. Thank you for those of you who tuned in. Thank you for any of those watching this stream after the fact. Hope you guys had a lot of enjoyment. Oh, words are fun. Hope you guys are enjoying time watching this. I had a nice time making it. Thank you for those of you talking in chat. I'm not gonna be like commenting to subscribe because this is not the channel I'm gonna be using unless I already transfer this over to my new channel. Link probably in the description if I put it there. But I had a really nice time. Thank you guys so much for watching. And goodbye.